Oh, nice.
I thought that might be you.
Yeah, I remember Molly and Lena.
And then we had like a few days where between the leaders. We were being
I like
like
that.
that second,
Yeah.
3 days between the two, so we shot.
And the gal over here.
Sounds like we had a. We just we have a capture.
Okay. Nice, nice. Miss some of that cold weather that we had then?
It's super nice. It was hard to, we got so long, it's like, we're like,
It's a walk. It's a walk. I went out on Halloween and tomorrow, so it's gonna be every day. So. Oh, the David, that was such a treat. That was such a treat. Miles and such a treat. Very, very lovely, lovely kids. That little Miles. That's what Molly said. It's just like crazy.
Coloring.
Really? Retain all that, huh? Makes you kind of wonder what his future's gonna be. You know, I mean, you know,
Yes,
sports athlete,
checklist.
professional athlete, analyst, what, you know?
You didn't get one?
Yeah, he was creative.
Well, I don't really watch them.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So did they have to get on all the time at home? One of the teachers have something. Well, you know, that's a good thing for him to can be involved, you know, not some of those. If that's what his passion is, I said, good one. All this other stuff that kids watch and do or whatever, so.
Yeah, no rush. I already got an order. I just didn't email you back from my phone.
He thinks he's kind of all of that, and something when we worked on the shed. And so he came in, he never moved off the lug in front of the door. He just stood there the entire time and looked at me and talked with him. Talked to Nora and Molly doing a tour of the remodel, and then Nora tagged him on her. Nope, not mine. He stood right on that rug and just stared at him.
They did a really good job on that.
I was out there a couple of times, I think, just mowing my stuff or something. It was a pretty, you know, nice done job, did a big job and stuff. You know, Molly said one time, threatened to come into, you know, well, I'm gonna go. Something about getting out of it, so I'm not gonna be exactly in the kitchen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not like fit for them.
You're here. You stick it through to the end. They're coming. They just put it out. They're coming. Oh, like,
I'm not happy.
I think what his dad was there, his dad was gonna tell him what it is.
Brian definitely, he's kind of really, and Brian knows. He knows that. They've done pretty much what they have done all the time.
trying to relax this week.
Might as well. I'm here paid. He doesn't want to let folks out.
I never would have thought this. I know this.
So go on, final guys, think of it.
Oh, cool, okay. So they're kind of doing that little circuit thing, okay. Okay. So, yes, it's slowing down because it, or more.
You can tell,
I suppose, yeah.
just that little short thing was like, sort of back a little bit of memory. Yeah, I don't think he grabbed it. Like he thought he did something. I swear. Like he thought he had made.
No problem.
Flight.
Yep. We got boys. All right, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Beautiful, feels like summer. I greeted you at the door, but when it's -10, I will not be there. First, we're going to bring up Mackenzie Broughton. She is from Epic, and she's going to share a little bit about their new building, but she's here virtually. Busy gal. So there she is. Hello, Mackenzie, can you hear us?
Hi, I can hear you. Yeah. Yes, thanks for this morning. I can't see any. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
We're here.
Sound good. Sorry, I couldn't be there. Can you see everyone?
Yep, go ahead.
I couldn't be there in person this morning. I will be there actually at the end of the month for another lunch event, 30th. So if anyone is in a group, I'll be actually doing a tour that day. So hopefully you can join me then. But I'm Mackenzie Broughton. I work with Epic Companies. I've been with Epic for almost 7 years now in January. Epic Companies is focused on investment, development, and management. So our goal really is enhancing communities through innovative development. A lot of this is through our mixed-use building concepts, but we have ventured into the hospitality world. We own a few hotels. We're building North Dakota's largest water park, the Wave by Epic Water Park here in Fargo. And we have projects out throughout the state of North Dakota, and Ferrum is the furthest that we go into Minnesota right now. But we have been venturing a little towards that Blaine area as we've had a lot of interest from Minnesota communities as well. So you never know where we might be next. Another little aspect about our business is that we also host, so we actually Epic Events side, and our Epic Events side focuses on for-profit events that we can host in our plaza spaces or could be hosted at another plaza space or another venue. We look to other venues such as Chester Fritz and Grand Forks, All Seasons Arena in Minot, kind of just wherever we can find that the artist would be traveling to. So we currently have announced John Party happening next year at Ascent House Plaza at the Lights in West Fargo, with more to come on that side of things. And Epic Events also helps co-promote the largest Scandinavian festival in North America, the Norse Huss Fest in Minot. So that's kind of an exciting venture that they do. And another aspect, like I talked about, is the hotel industry. But we actually have all first service on our team here. So we have over 100 team members here at Epic. We have architects on staff, on construction management, site team. We have developers. We have anything from accountants to marketing to communications, our own maintenance and leasing team. So we kind of need everyone to everything go full circle, which is nice from start to finish building a project that we're kind of all there for all parts of it. Another thing that we've done is we've opened or started a couple nonprofits. Those kind of handle themselves. They have their own executive director and they have board of directors on there, but a new venture that we're starting to explore and look into a little bit more is actually helping with the childcare crisis and looking into some childcare daycares, something that we've been working through as well. So that's just a little bit about Epic. I can talk a little bit more about this project here in Ferrum. Just like to say I was very excited about this because I was a Yellow Jacket in North Dakota before my school changed names. So I've always loved that about Ferrum. I can kind of get back to my roots a little bit with that black and yellow. And so probably about 2 years ago now, we actually toured Ferrum. We were invited and checked it out, and great community. My husband actually went to Frazee for school, so he had a lot of familiarity with Ferrum and being around that area in the Lakes Country. There's so much to offer. And one of the big things I think that it really did us was the number of businesses that were there and large scale businesses that were doing things outside of the community as well. And that really brought about kind of the need for housing and what people were looking for when it comes to trying to find a nice place to live. We did a tour around town and just looked at different options and apartments and places where people could live, and ended up realizing that it was definitely a need to bring a mixed-use building such as JP Place to the community. Of course, the city of Perham was great to work with, and we couldn't have done it with them, and ensuring that we were able to get this project done. We just got certificate of occupancy actually last Friday, so it finally feels like things are starting to come together, as we had a few issues just through the time period of when the building's been built. The supply issues have been a huge problem, and also just with the consistent help and the price of everything going up in the economy. Usually our projects are about, I would say, a 16-month time frame, and this one's been a little on that time frame, but a little bit longer than I just did. We were hoping to open a couple months sooner, but we're happy with where we're at. We actually were able to start doing showings now for the residential side. So we have 35 units in the building. We actually have 21 bedroom units, 17 and 3-bedroom unit. We have about 35% of them currently leased out. We've been there doing full day showings the last few days. Saturday was just the last one, and then yesterday we had a leasing agent out there as well. So we've been really pleased with the turnout with that. Some amenities that they can expect is underground heated parking, fitness room, a community room with a rooftop patio, and then we have just some modern finishes. Along with the commercial space, we have Bond Guards, which is on the first floor there. We've been working with them to kind of secure their spot and get everything open. Of course, they have their holiday season coming up, so it's been really important to try to hit some of those timelines. And then we have additional parking outside. We are currently leasing for the rest of the remaining space. We have a few different tenants that we've been working with, and as well as the building that Bond Guards we had moved them into before, we're going to be leasing that one out as well. We are moving everyone in around November 27th. So we'll be starting the move-in process. You'll probably see a lot of people out and about. That's just kind of a big day for us. We go through the units, walk everyone through, they look at all their units and make sure everything looks good. A big thing for us is just to make sure that the construction is complete to the best of its ability, with no issues that will arise that will, with the tenants moving in and everything. So that's why we always try to do like a little bit of a security there, where we have some time to move, where we can kind of go through the units and make sure that everything looks good on our end. So we're very excited about this project. The location is wonderful. I know just being there this summer, kind of walking around the downtown area, it just fits in so well. Really happy about that. And I think that's kind of all I have to share a little bit about the project. I know I sent a couple pictures. I'm not sure if they show up. None of them are interior ones, I guess, probably ones you guys can see from exterior. But if anyone would like to take a tour, I highly encourage, you can definitely come on to our website and fill anything out, or reach out to me. I'd be happy to share my contact information too. I was just going to kind of show you just what we're looking at with, here's a commercial space that we still have available. This corner here, that's leased on Guards. And then if you're interested in, possibly looking at an apartment, or you just want to kind of check things out, feel free to go to our website here. We have a lot of the amenities. We also have the floor plans listed, which it just gives you an opportunity to check these out before you do a showing. But yeah, like I said, we are leasing very fast. So if you're interested at all or would like to get an apartment, I highly encourage you to reach out to us so that we can get you in for a tour, as we were hoping that we would have a really good turn the leasing side of things, but you just never know when you enter into a new community, and it also really depends on the time of year when you open a building. Time of year is probably not our ideal open time frame going into the winter, but we were excited that the weather is still fairly nice, so we kind of have that on our side this year. So I'd be open to any questions if anyone has anything that they want to ask.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry, I
Thanks for
talk
sharing.
fast too, but I highly encourage anyone, if you want to just head to our website for more information about us or what we do, or what communities we're in. We do townhomes that we're working on, and like we helped develop McKinley Plaza in Detroit Lakes. We no longer manage that building anymore, but so we do have a couple different projects in Minnesota, but you never will end up next, I guess. But that's kind of an exciting part about our business too.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day.
You too. Bye-bye. Awesome. So this week, our couple weekends, it'll be really busy over there.
Are you connecting with it, with Eastern Myers?
Yeah,
I think it's an Eastern Myers.
well, it'll be fine now that it's just. PowerPoint.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, actually,
Yep, I'm ready. I'm gonna introduce Ashley Drew. She's from Free Resources. Go ahead. And then she's gonna talk about some policies that will impact your year coming up.
Yeah, grab that.
I mean, I just have a PowerPoint, there's no, video or anything, so it might be.
Yeah, now that our presenter is here, it'll be fine.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Mackenzie. My name is Ashley Drew, Human Resources Director at Pro Resources. Just wanted to share some updates with you on the Minnesota law changes. Last time I was here, and thank you again for having me back. But last time I was here, there was a lot of questions on the Minnesota laws and the changes, and that wasn't my topic at that time. And now we have more information, so I wanted to share that with you guys. All right, so we're going to be going through the Minnesota Earned Sick and Safe Leave, the paid family leave, recreational marijuana, and keep in mind I'm just touching on all of these. I could stretch this out into an hour-long presentation, but I won't bore you with that today. So Minnesota Earned Sick and Safe Leave, this is effective January 1, 2024. This is where all Minnesota employees, full-time, part-time, temporary, seasonal, earn 1 hour of this Earned Sick and Safe Leave for every 30 hours that they work, up to a maximum of 48 hours for the year with a rollover of 80 hours. So employees can use these for medical appointments, family members if they need to care for them. They can use them if they're a victim of domestic abuse or violence, multitude of reasons really. If you're in my line of work, you might know that Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, and Duluth all have similar programs in place currently. So if you have employees working in those cities, you're going to want to compare what the state requires versus what those cities require. All right, there is no small business exception for this. I've had that question a ton. This is for all employers, regardless of size, 1 employee or more. So if you have an existing PTO policy, which a lot of companies do, you can modify your existing PTO policy to meet within the requirements. Most PTO policies don't allow for part-time employees, so that may be something that would need to be changed. You can do an accrual method versus a front-loading. There's a lot of nuances to this. I won't bore you with them, but if you have questions, I'll be around. So who pays for this? The employer pays 100% of this. This would be in addition to any paid time off benefits that you might offer. So these are those reasons that employees can use that time off, medical appointments, to care for a loved one. One thing to note is that that loved one, with this law, which is very different than any other paid leave law that we see, is that employees can designate 1 person of their choice per year that they need to care for. So if they need to care for their mechanic's brother's friend, they can pick that person. A couple other things to note is that after 3 days of absence, and this is 3 consecutive days, employers can request reasonable documentation for their need to have time off. Employees cannot be forced to pick another person to work their shift. So if they work in a place that has shifts, and they can't be required to cover their shift. Okay, it's also required that the time that employees have accrued of this Earned Sick and Safe Leave be put on their pay stubs. So however much time they have available needs to be on their pay stubs. It also needs to be in an employee handbook if a company has an employee handbook. And there's a notice that just got published last week that needs to be posted on site as well. All right, paid family leave. This is different. This is effective January 1, 2026. This is almost like unemployment insurance. So this one will be, employees have to apply for it. They have to go online to indicate their need. The employee's medical provider will provide certification. There's a lot unknown yet with this law. So more information to come on that, but it does provide an employee up to 20 weeks of paid time off. So more to come on that. 2026 is the implementation date. However, it is expected that that could be pushed back. Okay, legalization of recreational marijuana, effective August 1st. This became legal in the state of Minnesota. So the thing to note here is you'll just really want to update your policies. So basically marijuana is no longer lumped into the category of drugs. So if your alcohol and drug policy does not specifically state marijuana is also not allowed to be on site, you're going to want to update that. If you have employees in a safety sensitive position, you can still test for marijuana if it's deemed safety sensitive. Okay. And I am flying through these guys because I have a lot of information. So the Minnesota Parenting and Parental Leave and Nursing Mothers Act also got expanded this year. So basically what this means is there's a couple key things. Previously in Minnesota, a woman could express breast milk for up to a year following, the birth of a child. That time limit has been removed, so that can no longer be capped at 1 year. If she wants to express breast milk for 3 years, she can do that. Another change was that extra break time is now allowed. That used to be a medical need type situation. And if they need to be seated more frequently, that's also allowed now too. Okay. There's also a historical pay ban effective January 1. So here what your action item would be is you'll want to look at your application. If it has a box for what the employee's last pay rate was or what their current pay rate is, you're going to want to remove that because that will no longer be allowed in January. So this does not prevent conversations about pay. It does not prevent an employee talking about what they want. It does not even prevent you asking what their desired salary is. You simply cannot ask what their historical pay was. All right. Ban on non-compete agreements. This was effective July 1. So essentially, if you're using non-compete agreements, you'll want to take a look at them. What Minnesota did was they banned competition within a geographical area for a competing business. So if your non-compete agreements state that you can't work for a competitor in X geographical area, you're going to want to remove that. This does not apply to non-solicitation agreements, confidentiality. Those are all still allowed. All right. And this is not retroactive. So if you have an employee that signed a non-compete agreement previously, that is still in force. This is a very hard to read sheet of all the Minnesota laws that have changed this year. So I have just touched on a few of them. But what we have done at Pro is we've taken this kind of list of law changes and we're working directly with our clients. We've sent multiple e-blasts. We're reaching out directly to get them into compliance for all of the target dates that come up. All right. Questions?
I saw on I think it was on one of the first slides with safe leave.
Yep.
School closure.
Yep, so that's an allowed reason.
So if there's bad weather day and school's closed,
Yep, they can use their earned sick and sick leave. Yep, they have time approved or approved.
So do they accrue it after those 30 hours then? So like they work the 30, then they get the hour? Or they get
Nope.
the hour?
So they start accruing upon hire. They're not able to use it until after they've worked for a company for 80 hours. So 2 weeks in, essentially. Yep.
This is the one that's going into effect in 2026. They think that they can get an estimate on payroll tax and
Yes.
they have to make a lot larger.
Yes, yep, that just came about, yeah. I would assume or imagine that that'll change a bit before that's implemented. Mhm.
0.35% of the law.
Correct. I know that's a lot to digest. I'll be around if you have questions.
Everyone's
Dang it.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah.
We know we should be in compliance. All right, are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna welcome up the new director for kinship, Kevin, and we missed him last month, so he got surprised that he's back on the
As I walked in
agenda.
the door, I found out I was
Like, you're
speaking.
back.
Well, thank you. I'm Kevin Palaska with Kinship of Perham, and Kinship is very similar to Boys and Girls, Big Brothers Big Sisters. We house our office in Boys and Girls Club. And so we run programs like Reading Buddies. A couple of you, I see familiar faces who participate in that. And then we are also trying to implement something for the middle school. But the primary function of Kinship is really to offer a mentoring opportunity for children mentees that could use a mentor in their life. And so the hardest part of the job is to find adult mentors because there is a commitment. We ask that you have a one-time contact per week with the child, as well as, commit to a year with that relationship. And it's very beneficial for both sides, more so for the children. But, that's the hardest part of the job is finding people who are willing to commit to doing that. But if again, not prepared, but, happy to help answer any questions you might have. Kinship of the Perham area or perhamkinship.org. And can contact me through the chamber or whomever.
So you're looking for kinship, like the yearly commitment,
Mentors,
and then
yeah.
the reading buddies as well, or you're still looking? For
We're in pretty good shape. We're holding our second one tomorrow. And that we seem like we've locked in a pretty good plan. So the real push now is going to be trying to find adult mentors for those kids in the community that need it.
Do you looking for more female or male, or can you do it as a family, like how?
You definitely can do it as a family. We're hesitating taking new kids in because all we end up doing is making them wait. So we just let them come to the group activities, let them participate in those things, but not try to build that hope for a mentor until we know we have some people. So female, male, there's both boys and girls that could use it, but a lot of families will just kind of, take them on an activity they're doing as a family.
How many kids are waiting now for the answer?
Currently one that we have intaken, and there's a couple others that, some of the people from the schools or the community or the county have as names that we can work with.
Do you get referrals? Which
We do,
means-
yeah.
Do you have a success story or a story of what's worked? Your favorite one?
Not yet. So I'm 2 months into the role.
Brand new.
Yeah,
For you.
the kinship's been around for a while.
Yep.
And they've had a little bit of turnover the last couple of years.
Sure.
So success stories, I'll come back and tell you.
Okay.
Welcome. What's your background, Kevin?
I worked in the corporate world and quit that in end of July, and wanted to do something that makes a difference. So,
Thank you
thank you.
very much. All right, next we're gonna have Love Inc. come up. Lisa and Emily, if you guys want to join us. Share a little bit about what you got going on.
Well, thanks for letting me come back and tell you more about Love Inc. I was here in September. We had lots going on, and so at that time we were starting our search for our executive director, and we were planning our first ever fall fundraiser, and we were sending out fundraising letters and hoping to get some businesses in the community to partner with us. And so I'm going to give you a quick update on where we're at. So on October 8th, we had our fall fundraiser. Very, very successful. It was really, I think, probably beyond what we could hope for. When we were starting to plan our fundraiser, we talked about setting a goal and we just weren't bold enough. We kind of, ironically, I think that what we raised, which was just over 13,000, was what we would have voiced as a goal, but we just weren't bold enough. It was a big step for us, and so another proof that God does provide. So it was very successful. We look forward to doing it in the future, and continued success with that. Our fundraising letters went out, and we're still doing follow-up with that, and hoping that we still get some more partners from the community, individuals as well as businesses. If you are interested and you didn't get a letter, or if you just are interested at all, you can contact Emily or myself afterwards, or just get a hold of us. Emily will give you contact information. But we'd love to have a lot more people on and businesses on board. And I think once Loving gets going here, people are going to really want to be a part of it, because it's going to do great things, we know. So the most exciting thing is that about October 3rd or so, we hired Emily Ripley, our new executive director. And so she's been working away for about a month. And I'm going to let Emily tell you about herself and what we're doing.
All right. Well, I'm Emily Ripley. I am a wife and mother of 3. I live over in Penning, and I'm really excited about this opportunity to get the body of Christ together to work in our own local communities to help give help where it's needed, where people always kind of forget. I've been doing some national trainings, online mostly, and then I've got one more training to go. Sorry. Yep, the fundraiser she touched on, one more training left in about January, and then we expect to open up our phone line shortly after. We're looking for volunteers if anybody needs any. I know we've been kind of on a long journey, but it's so close we can almost taste it. That training was just last one big piece. Yeah. I'm sorry. I wasn't very organized with this. How to get in touch. We're going to be having some business cards printed soon. We're still awaiting our hard lines put in. As of right now, you can definitely contact me via cell phone or email. Our website is just about there too. Our lady who's building it is on maternity leave, so that'll be a little bit longer. If you are interested in volunteering, there's many opportunities. Oh, hey, heck yes. We're going to be looking for intake volunteers, so that's just taking phone, answering the phones, and like listening to people's stories, getting their information. You know, how many kids they have in their house, or do they have any pets? Do they have a job? Do they need a car? Do they, any of those needs? Receptionists, volunteers, just regular normal duties as far as like filing and taking any messages, returning calls, praying over people. Church ministry coordinators, now those will work closely within the churches, like reaching out, being the kind of go-between, make sure that our relationships stay good with that. Some people work better that way than having like their heartstrings pulled on by taking the intake phone calls. And then prayer volunteers, always prayers are needed. Some future volunteer opportunities would be, hopefully maybe computer statistical volunteers to help us kind of keep track of that and inputting data into our computer systems. Clerical is kind of the same thing. Gap ministry is where we will come in, and there's a lot of.
Well, it'll fill in where existing ministries provided by churches aren't touching. So some need is evident to us that we need to start a ministry to be able to address.
Like in the Alexandria affiliate, they have like a car ministry where they help repair vehicles for people, or if it's beyond repair, like local mechanics have gotten together and kind of like fixed up a junker car and made it new, like put a new engine in it, just so that they have transportation for their family. And then transformational is getting people out of that cycle of need, helping them further develop themselves in their own way. So that way they're not staying down. They're able to climb up and become successful on their own.
All right. And we can't start transformational ministry until we do our, what's called our clearinghouse for a year.
Yes.
So once we get this up and going, we've got a year to try to get that perfected a little bit, and then we can do the transformational ministry, which is gonna be very exciting. Yes, sure.
Any questions? Well, congratulations. You guys are close.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we're gonna have Katie Murdoch come up. She is our new Elevate team member. We got lots of stuff to share. Right?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
All the new things. You guys are busy.
Yeah. So I'm Katie Murdoch, and I just started at Elevate about 3 weeks ago. Mindy Larson has been here a couple of times and spoken about Elevate, and she's now moved into a management role because we've been growing and lots of phone calls, lots of demand. So I took on a lot of Mindy's jobs, and she's stepping into that management role. And then Emily actually just started full-time last week. So yeah, I guess just proof of a successful program and growth. So right now, Emily's passing out elevators, which is our newsletter. So I guess the goal is to look through it, know what's going on around town, and spread the word. I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty familiar with Elevate in this room. Mindy has been here, but does anyone have any questions for me or about the program?
What are your new programs coming up?
We're partnering with the PAC, which we're super excited about. There's intro to pickleball, and we're going to try and get some intro to other fitness classes because one of the big pillars of our program is health. We're also starting the walking club, so anyone who might not have anyone to walk with or wants to come and begin that habit is welcome to come join us once a week, and we're just going to take like a 30 to 60-minute walk around the park, and when the weather's good outside, head outside, and hopefully that grows good habits, friendships, community, all the things people need to stay healthy longer. So with that, I should have had coffee talks. Yep. So we currently do a coffee talk every other Wednesday in New York Mills at the library, different topics every week. I've been to a couple and they're super interesting, and everyone there is wondering, why is there not 200 people in this room? It's one of those where you always get fun information and helpful information. So on the opposite Wednesdays, we're going to start meeting at the PAC for a coffee talk as well. I think it's been tried in Durham a couple of years ago or last year, and it didn't have a great turnout. So we're going to try again with our partnership and hopefully have a lot more people in the room. But yeah, there's a lot of events in here, and they're all amazing. So yeah, it will. So Smart 911, we had a Patrick from the county come last week to Mills, and he did a presentation on Smart 911. Is anyone familiar with Smart 911? Yes, I think Firm Health is a Smart 911 user. So it's there. He's going to be coming on November 22nd, next Wednesday, and he'll be in our conference room at Elevate, which is in the old Perm Living building, or in the Perm Living building. Sorry, the old Perm Health. And it's free to anyone in Otter Tail County. You go on, sign up, your family, your address. You put all of your information in there. Maybe you have a hidden key or a garage code that you would like a paramedic to know about if you're in a situation where you don't have the ability to talk a whole lot, or you're just nervous or scared. It'll have any allergy information or anything you might want them to know that you wouldn't think about in that situation. Like I said, it's free. It takes like 5 minutes to set up. You could go on Otter Tail County's website and do it yourself. Or you can come, and it's about a half hour of him just really explaining it, and I thought it was very interesting. And then he can help you sign up, or if you have an elderly parent who you think should be on there, he can help them, or you can help them. So that was on Otter Tail County's website. But Smart 911 is next Wednesday. And we have a 10 a.m. and a 1 p.m. session for sure. Maybe a 5 p.m. if we have enough people interested. So yeah, there's
There's so many more things.
So many more.
There's just, yeah.
So it's been really good. It's been a fun change and I'm excited about it.
Really?
Thank you.
No, just wanted to get back across the room.
Well, of course, it's clear.
I was trapped.
So Julia's not here today, but Leah is going to share about all the upcoming holiday events. The pet group has been working really hard, and that means the businesses have really been putting a lot of effort. There's a lot of different activities coming up, starting Black Friday, Strap Small Saturday. Yes.
I guess it's about it.
Maybe I'll take this chance to introduce April. She is going to be working at the Chamber part-time. We are trying to expand a little bit, working more with social media and trying to market businesses better in different ways. You might have seen some of her new reels, put up on the Facebook page. So just to give an opportunity to try new things, you know, you have your radio, your newspaper, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So she also will do some fun visits. So if you guys are not sharing your information, we are going to start reaching out and making sure that we're able to market for you guys. So should we get it? We'll find you, yes. We'll be nice about it.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so this is the big list. So go ahead, Leah.
Okay, this is really hard. So there is a lot going on, as you can see by this list. I'm gonna do it different. I know.
Eyes aren't working
This is so awesome. Like coming here, I am so impressed by all the businesses that have stepped up, and they're all like doing their own little unique event. So cool. So no one shall be bored.
Okay, so obviously, I'm sorry, I've been sick for like a week, I don't have a voice. But the Pro Events Committee, we do the Christmas promotion. Everybody kind of knows it as the shopping passport, that's the big chunk of it. We're switching up the prizes this year. Instead of like one big grand prize, we're gonna do one $500 prize and then 5 $100 winners. Plus over $3,000 in weekly prizes. There's about like 25 prizes given away each week. So that's like gift cards to the businesses and all kinds of different stuff. Kind of kicks off on that Black Friday with the Parade of Lights with UCB. Lights in the Pines opens that weekend. We're doing our coloring contest with Sweet Bees. Obviously shopping. We're going to do an ornament search this year, which is kind of like a scavenger hunt. If you guys or your kids did the gingerbread hunt last year, we're doing an ornament search this year, so you get a cute little tree, and all the businesses participating have a glitter sticker, and so once it's done, you'll have a tree with all the glitter ornaments on it. Cocoa with Claws at the Gathering Grounds. The Chamber's partnering with the Gathering Grounds for that on Small Business Saturday. We'll be posting this flyer everywhere shortly. It's going to go to print tomorrow. We're kind of focusing on those first 3 weekends, and then we'll have some more events spread throughout the month just to kind of condense everything. So those first couple weekends are of December. Obviously the Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, that's very commerce concentrated weekend. And then we go through the December 2nd, 3rd, and then December 9th weekends. We've got like horse-drawn carriage rides. True North is doing their Santa and hay rides with the Grinch. We're having a Grinch night at the Chamber. Calling it Welcome to Turtleville.
Maybe Cindy Lou.
Maybe Cindy Lou Who make an appearance.
Bringing Dan back for the Grinch.
He is the Grinch. Mackenzie has a Grinch costume. So if you see a Grinch running around town, it may or may not be
Dancing in the streets with your music.
brand?
It's either Mackenzie or Shane Papes. The Lions are doing free gift wrapping those first 2 Saturdays at the chamber office. So there'll be lots of
Oh,
fun.
and if you have extra wrapping paper?
Yes, if you have wrapping paper and stuff that you don't want to use this year and you want to donate, or tape, you can drop that off at the chamber office for them to use. All of kind of like our consistent ones, free matinee movies at the Comet. They're doing 11 and 1 every Saturday in December. Bowling with the Grinch at the Cactus. The Cactus is free bowling with meal purchase every Wednesday. Just a fun fact. And then, so they're going to make it a little Christmassy. UCB, we're going to do a Christmas Village contest. So last year we did a Lego Village. This year we're opening it up so it doesn't have to just be Legos. So then we can kind of reach everybody if you don't have a plethora of Legos.
Just has to fit through the door.
Yes. So keep it like small and obviously like non-perishable food items. We don't want like a bacon house. That kind of stuff.
Can't, might not make it to the end of the day.
Like you can, but Trevor might just,
As long as Trevor doesn't.
That one will be right up in mine.
but like candy canes or that stuff is good. Just make a little Christmas theme. So that'll be at UCB.
So many.
Yeah.
Snowman contest.
Yep, later in the month, weather permitting. We'll do ice skating and snowman over Christmas break, school break. So there'll be more stuff added throughout the month. And if you're a PEC member and you got anything going on, let us know.
Yes, window contest.
Oh yes, window decorating contest.
Home for the holidays.
Mhm. Decorate it however you would like, Christmas themed. There is no criteria. Any questions? Get shopping, get stamping, Black Friday,
How many holiday dollars are left?
less than 15,000. So we've sold $85,000.
And those will all stay in firm. They have to be spent by
6
December
days.
24th.
Christmas Eve, yep.
Yep.
So if you haven't gotten your holiday dollars, like come to the chamber office today. Cause it's probably, yeah. Yep,
Done?
that's all I got.
All right. All right, so we'll buzz through this quick. I will be doing the new membership for the chamber for 2024 coming up. We're really excited about this next year. We're hoping to add some things, change some things, you know, kind of mess it all up and just party. So that's our goal. This year we changed it into a tiered membership level. So you're gonna have your basic level starting off at $450 a year, about $50 a month. We want everyone to be able to be a part of the chamber. Currently, there's 267 close to businesses, which blew me away when I came here, not gonna lie. So that's pretty exciting. So we're hoping to get everyone involved, and that includes nonprofits and guests of the chamber and stuff like that. So each level has something different. Levels 2 and 3, they have just extra stuff like extra sponsorships, extra emails, things like that. So, oh, do you? Okay, awesome.
So I just kind of did this slide. This is some of like the bigger things that we're adding this year. Do you want to talk about the first one?
Sure. Yep. So the new thing we're really excited about kind of being the administrator for the PERM, the PEC committee, the PERM events committee. So instead of them being a separate organization, we're kind of partnering with them. We're going to do their books for them, you know, the budgets, try to keep all the money that's earned for the PEC events with those events. So those budgets will almost double. There'll be a lot of opportunity for extra advertising, maybe bigger bands, stuff like that. So we're hoping to also include all businesses in those PEC events. So when we're going around doing memberships, we're hoping that the whole community can get involved. Yes, ma'am.
And there's a new chairperson starting in January. We're also going to be having night meetings also. So there's going to be lots of changes.
Yeah, so Jody is gonna be the new chair.
You didn't have to say that.
Yes, starting in January, but yes, we're gonna add, because currently they have 2 morning meetings at 8 a.m., which kind of makes it hard for some businesses to come to. So we're gonna add 1 evening per month, and that'll be really focused on the events. So
We
that
want
that
to
way we
see
can
all your
get
beautiful
planning going.
faces now
Yep.
to join us.
Yes, so we're hoping a lot more businesses will get involved. We're hoping a lot more businesses will feel welcome, and we just want to expand these big events.
I
Make
will
them
come see
bigger
you.
for or Jody will come find you.
We'll come see you.
Jody will.
I'll come have coffee with you all.
And the other one we're really excited about, the new one this year, is the Acton Children's Business Fair. So basically what we're partnering with Roots and Wings in New York Mills. And she did it last year in New York Mills, and we're gonna bring it to Perm, but it's basically a business fair for children. So we're gonna teach them how to be entrepreneurs, so they might have to rent a table for $5, and then we're gonna teach them about the profit, the loss, having inventory, and then they're actually gonna sell their items at the fair. So you can go around and you can buy a little bracelet, or buy a homemade cookie, or buy whatever. Just to teach them about how important it is to be a business owner and to do something on your own. So we're really excited about that. Any sponsorship money will go towards prizes, facility, decorations, that kind of thing. So that will be fun. Again, just mentioning the social media exposure. We're really going to get going on that. Free advertising opportunities at perm.com. Don't forget that you can go to your portal and add all your flyers so that we get about how many visitors on that
Over
website?
100,000.
Over 100,000 visitors. A lot of them request like the new mailing, so we'll mail them out the magazine and stuff like that. It's a stack on the desk.
Yeah.
Poor lady probably doesn't like us, but every day there's a stack. Those are people who go to perm.com and actually request that. So that's a big deal. They're using the site. We're also looking at kind of redoing the site, so we're getting pricing right now on that as well. So
We're a little more
user
technology
friendly.
friendly too.
Yeah,
It's
so
been
we're excited
updated
about
since these were up there.
Oh, yeah. Making
So-
more mobile friendly.
We're gonna give it a little refresh.
Yep, so we're working on that. Lastly, I'll go quick, the Perm Welcome Kit, that's gonna be new as well. We're gonna ask realtors, apartments, things like that. Anyone that moves into Perm, we wanna give them a bag of goodies. You can donate, I think it's $100 a year where you can put something into that kit for businesses. So you could do, a free car wash, a free, or 20% off your first item or something like that. So get creative with it. That'll be fun. We want to be able to welcome people into Perm and show them that the chamber is there to show them all the different businesses that we have in town. So.
So I just kind of did a little slide on why we're switching to the tiered membership levels. It's something that I've kind of wanted to do probably since I started. Sorry, Nick. We used to do the by employee number. And if you've ever gone through our membership process, the employee number, it was like 0 to 5, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Like it was just, there was too much. And really it didn't, what you got didn't vary at all other than your price, pretty much. So what we're switching to is the tiered membership level. So there's going to be the 3. The basic level is the same as our base membership, so it gets all the great things that you get just as a chamber member. And then, like Mackenzie said, the next 2 are added. You get more things, obviously, with those different higher levels. With that, we want increased opportunities. We made it very clear the values that you're going to get with those different levels. And then it's much more easy to add and adjust and change things and pop new things in there as we continue to grow in the future. Yeah.
So level 1 is your basics. Like we want to advertise, market your business. Make sure that you guys do the networking, which is the power hour, business after hours, the ribbon cuttings we brought back. just anything, we want to celebrate your anniversaries, things like that. So we just want to make sure that the businesses feel appreciated and that we get the word out about everyone. So business directory on perm.com and things like that. The next level up, you're going to get all these extra things added. So that top chunk up there. So you'll get event sponsorship credits. You get to pick credit towards an event that you want to sponsor. New resident welcome kit, that's included in there. There's some emails in there. And then the last one, the darkest blue one, it just kind of doubles and adds on. So vacation guide mailings, things like that, homepage sponsorships, just a bunch of extra stuff. So when I come around, I'll explain this a little bit more, but just for time, I just want to kind of whip through this. So be prepared. I'm going to send out an email, send out like a little calendar invite where I have openings in my schedule. We can do it in person, by phone, or through email. I would prefer in person just because I feel it's good to make that connection and I want to get to know you guys better. So hopefully you wouldn't mind me visiting and I can whip through it in about 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes we get talking, but that's going to be on you. So, so any questions about memberships? I will be starting them early. I've already done kind of a handful of them as I talk to people, but please go ahead if you want to get them done and out of the way. And that's for next year's memberships. But that email will be coming out shortly. It's supposed to already be out, but you know. All right. And we got, any guys want to give any updates? Okay.
Just me.
All right.
Check your, check your text.
Did you text me?
Oh, Amy did. Well,
Oh, Housing Summit, yeah. Housing Summit's Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah. There's a couple of great breakout sessions with John and myself. We'll be presenting at some breakout sessions. So, yeah, get on the list for the Housing Summit Thursday. I think it's 8:30 to 3, something like that, out at Comfort Pond. So check that out. Otherwise, other city stuff going on. The 2022 street project is done. Yeah, it's 2022 street project.
It's like, this is 2020.
So most of the work around town is wrapping up for the year. Next year's project in 2024 is slated for Main Streets, as most of you already know. We do have a committee meeting tomorrow, 8 a.m. at the Chamber office. If anybody's interested in being on that Main Street committee, just show up and we'll get you involved. We're going to be talking about how we're going to market the downtown, how we're going to get people to your businesses, and how we're going to just keep from going. So that's the main goal of that committee. So City Council last night, we had a new TIF district established, mainly for the Bongards expansion. So that's going to be a go. We had some opportunity grants approved. If you're interested in learning more about opportunity grant, you can certainly get a hold of me. What else? Anything, John?
with that Main Street, the extra 20,000 for marketing from the lodging tax?
Yeah, a big deal there. So the Lodging Tax Committee approved $20,000 of their budget to go directly to marketing for the 2024 street project to keep people downtown. So the chamber is going to administer that. So thank you guys for doing that. They also approved the $60,000 budget to just keep people flowing. So there's a total of $80,000 in lodging tax dollars that are going to get spent next year.
Get people to firm.
Keep it rolling. Yep. Okay. Questions about what's going on? We're gonna drop a prize.
Mackenzie, there was a chamber board elections? Was
Oh
there
yeah,
an update
the
on that?
elections are, I sent out an email to all of our members. They're currently live, or the
Still
voting, the ballot survey monkey is live, so.
How many times can we go?
No cheater.
One.
All right, first prize.
Gift
Gift card, whoever folded this meticulously, good job.